Hello everyone. Today I'm going to give you a quick overview of my mill and the upgrades and various things that I've done to it, including how I've mounted it, etc. I figure there are a lot of people out here with this same mill or very similar ones, and maybe there's something useful here. I stole a few of these ideas from other YouTubers, so some of the ones are mine, some of the ideas are mine, but they're the simpler ones. So we're going to start off with the cabinet that it's mounted to, and give you a little bit more information about it. I know some people are probably concerned, oh, it's not stable enough, etc. Trust me, it is perfectly stable. So we'll show you the cabinet and the mounting, etc. here. So I've got my mill mounted to a U.S. General cabinet from Harbor Freight. I happen to like these cabinets very much. As I said, I'm sure a lot of people are going to question the stability and the robustness of this setup, but I think after I show you what I've done, you will see that it's just as good as any of the steel bases or other mounting solutions out there. So as you can see, the first thing that I've done is I added a 1.5 inch, I think, piece of ash butcher block top to the top of it that is bolted through from inside the cabinet into the bottom of the ash. The ash is got multiple coats of polyurethane on it. Quite heavy in and of itself. The mill is then bolted to the ash. One of the things that if I was doing this over again, as you can see, I did mount the mill using the included chip tray. I would not do that if I were to do this over again. The chip tray just sticks out, doesn't really provide any useful function in this configuration. So not a big deal, but it's just not needed. So second thing is, and probably one of the biggest things that people question, is I replaced the standard casters that this cabinet comes with leveling casters. And as you can see, these leveling casters have wheels that drop down a leveling foot, which is directly in line with the mounting. So all four corners of this cabinet, when it's in place, are on solid rubber feet, which can also be used to level the cabinet if the garage floor is not quite level. To keep all of the tooling for, in this case, the mill, right with the cabinet, or right with the tool itself. So if you take a look here, I'll show you the in this top drawer, I've got R8 collets, ER32 collets, drill chucks, boring heads, fly cutters, end mills, chamfer bits, tools, wrenches, etc., etc. All handy right where I need them. All of my clamping tools, leveling jacks, so 1, 2, 3 blocks, V blocks, machinist clamps, let's see, slitting saws. That's a kit for a rotary broach I'm going to be making later. So anyway, that's the base. The next thing I did was I added a backsplash, for lack of a better word, to the back of the cabinet. It's just angle iron, welded and mounted to the back of the cabinet using riv nuts with a piece of 3/4 inch plywood and whiteboard material there. I find that provides some nice reflection for lighting. It's a little easier to clean, etc. Had to drop it down right there a little bit because of the backsplash again. So I also drilled a hole through it and mounted a line lock kit for to hook up to the vacuum, so that when I'm machining cast iron and things like that, it sucks up the dust real nice. I mounted a flexible arm magnifier light on the one corner back here. They ran out of, or did not have in stock, any of the little mounts for it, so I just made that real quick on the lathe. Provides additional light. I got a 3D printer a while back, and I love it. I use it all the time to make things for the shop. And one of the first things I made was this handy little pencil pocket that I've just simply got double-sided tape stuck on the side of the mill. Keeps handy little things there. I hung one of those 3M quick release command hook things on the motor control there to keep my safety glasses primarily. I like to keep a pair of safety glasses handy at each workstation. One of the other things I added, which for the most part most people seem to like, a few people thought it was not sure what the right word is, but in any event, I got a few negative comments about this, but most people liked it, is these Quill Lights. And they are, what they really are is halo lights for BMW cars. You can get them on Amazon. They're LED, and when I did this, I first mounted this upper one here, and as I was starting to use it, I realized that it was casting a shadow with this bracket for the Quill DRO. So I mounted another one right here on the bottom of that, and so I've got two Quill lights there. They are remote control, but they're just set to turn on and provide white light when the mill comes on, and I quite like them. They, as you can see, they provide quite a bit of additional light down there. If I turn this off, you can see one of the bigger improvements I made to the mill is a one-shot lubrication system. So this is an idea that I stole from another YouTuber. To be honest with you, I forgot who it was. I know he was installing one of these on his mill as part of a CNC conversion. I did not do that, the CNC conversion, but I find that the one-shot lube system is really quite handy. And I have a separate video on it, but you'll see in that separate video that the oiling system that is built into the mill is really not adequate, in my opinion. A lot of the oiling points are on the back side of the gibs, and oil doesn't get to the part that's moving, where friction is. So like I said, I have a separate video on the installation of this, but you can see there's the pump and the oil reservoir. There's a manifold, and a line goes to each individual oil point on the mill, with the exception of a couple that I was not able to fit an adapter to get the oil to it. So I have a couple points that I still need to manually lubricate. One of the things that I'm going to do soon here, I think, is I'm going to put check valves on these lines, because the lube does tend to fall back down, and also need to adjust the manifold on this. Each one of these is individually adjustable. Some need more lube than others. So I really got tired of cranking the Z-axis up and down. I was quite impressed with the Z-axis power feed that Pragmatic Lee, 10 barn time, added to his, and was seriously considering building one of those. But it's quite a bit of work. Excuse me. So I took off the handle, machined a adapter, excuse me, and mounted my cordless drill to it. So one of the other things I got kind of tired of pretty quickly on this mill was the little lever type locks for the X-axis and the Z-axis. They went, twisted like this, and they would always get caught on things. They were just in the way. So I machined some brass locking levers that work quite well. The extended depth here is to allow clearance for those stops. And you can see then up on the Z-axis there's a couple brass knobs as well. And then the last thing that really kind of irritated me was the same style metal, all metal, however, little locking lever things for the Y-axis that every time you reached underneath to tighten them, you got your hands all dirty and everything else. So this is another idea I stole from Pragmatic Lee, which I think he got from somebody else. It's the way we do it. And anyway, it's a quick lock for the Y-axis. Pull it out like that and it locks surprisingly tight. Push it back in and it's unlocked. So that's about it. I find it's pretty useful now. There's probably always things I'm going to be doing to improve it here and there. I think one of the other things I'm going to do is I've tried several solutions for keeping chips out of the T-slots there, and I think one of the guys I follow on YouTube, or excuse me, on Instagram, makes these little silicone things that insert in there, but they seem to only sell them for US spec mills like Bridgeports and things like that. They don't fit these metric size slots. So I'm thinking maybe I'll try 3D printing some cover, some things to go in there to keep the chips from falling down in there and help keep it clean. That's about it for now. So hope some of you find this useful. And if you have other ideas for things, or maybe something else that I might be able to do to make things better, please let me know.